Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I got something a little bit different. I'm gonna be going and showing you exactly what I got going on in the shop. Kind of a little shop tour, if you will. But yeah. All right, so to start it off, we got a ton of mini bikes. I actually just picked up this frame today. We come back here. This is the mini bike that is like everyday use, has tons of power. There's a little torque converter on it, just some slight stuff, not a super expensive motor. Then we got the normal build, just a 212 Predator on a Monster Moto frame, or I think it's Mini Moto actually. The only thing is like there's no air box and there's an exhaust and the governor's deleted. Then we have my most prized mini bike. This is a 459cc mini bike with a turbo on it. This thing's absolutely massive. You can see there's a big old torque converter on it. That's a 40 series torque converter. It has some like ODI grips, some nice brake handles, stuff like that. I think that's a 38 millimeter carburetor on it. Let's see, the exhaust is like phenomenal on this thing. It's all custom made by myself. Then if we come underneath the stairs, we got a bunch of boxes of wrap for all the cars. And then there is a BMX bike that I put one of the old 100cc motors that come stock on these little mini bikes just because I had nothing to do with it. So I threw it on here. That thing is so dangerous. I've ridden it probably 3 times and honestly I probably won't ride it again. You got a ton of miscellaneous parts everywhere. There's a B18 block that's just as a full short block. A B18 trans, a bunch of just special parts. This is my welding toolbox. You can see just some Dremel stuff. We got all my TIG welding stuff. In here, more TIG welding filler rod, as well as like some MIG wire brushes. And then the bottom one is full of like grinders, die grinder, there's like wire wheels, stuff like that. Bunch of gloves, junk, you know how it is. Some more junk. Here's the little camera case. This is my welding bench. Shout out Eileen Cookies. This is a package I gotta ship out. This is where I do all of my welding and fabrication. My TIG welder is not the greatest, but it works great. This is what I learned to weld on, so I think it's pretty all right. It's just a prime weld TIG welder. I'm not exactly sure. This is the first thing that I've ever welded with. It's just a crappy, I mean it's not crappy, it works fine, but it's definitely a cheaper MIG welder. I first learned with flux. I think I hooked a bottle up to it once or twice. Didn't really use it too much, so yeah. But we got, the argon bottle right there, just some random stuff. It's a little chop saw, also used for fabricating. This is a parts washer that I've never used. I think the pump's broken. It's just like a little table. This is a customer quad that I'm working on currently right now. It needs so much stuff. Here is another customer quad that I'm doing. This one is almost done. You can see I put some handlebars, some brake levers. The seat's reupholstered. There's a bunch of billet pieces on it. There's an air box underneath the seat. This is a sneak peek on a video coming up. This is a go-kart that I'm working on right now. You can see the custom seats. I messed with the frame, made it have a little bit more room. There's a 420cc Predator motor on this. This thing should rip. I'm still waiting to buy a bunch of parts. That's why I haven't posted a video yet. Yeah, this is my new MIG welder. It's just a Miller-Matic. Yeah, Miller-Matic 211. It's pretty great, I love it. Here's the bottle that it's with. And this is another sneak peek of another video that I'm gonna post soon. It is a fully built B20 block. I have to DevCon it, I gotta take it all apart. Rebuild it kind of. The bearings and everything are all good. I just wanna get it decked. There's some VTEC heads up here, some turbos, some new cranks. This is the head that's going on that CRV. I just ported it all very nicely, port and polish on the exhaust side, and then just ported on the intake side. You can see it has dual valve springs, titanium retainers. The valves are high compression valves. I think they're blocks racing. More turbo, more ARP studs. There's 2 wastegates, 2 fuel techs. all type of stuff. Here is yet another customer quad. This one, the timing slipped, so we have to figure all that out. That sucks. Another sneak peek on a newer video. I just picked up this lawnmower. Haven't decided what exactly I'm gonna do to it. I just started sanding it down. So that's gonna be exciting. This is my wiring toolbox. See, I got some randoms. It's missing a lot right now because I had to fill up like a 5-gallon bucket to go work on another customer's car. But I got all type of stuff in here, like Deutsch connectors, crimp connectors with shrink wrap. There's all type of stuff. There's also a Field Tech for another project coming up under here. So that's pretty sick. Got another bench with all these little blue containers hold bolts that are all organized. I love this thing. This is just a portable air pump that Milwaukee makes. It's the M18 version. It's phenomenal. It makes filling up tires so easy. And then there's just a bunch of random bolts. You know how it is, socket set, stuff like that. Pretty dirty, I'm not gonna lie. We got like the oil change stuff. If you don't already know, I run 1540 in almost every single Honda motor I build. This oil does great. I think I'm gonna switch to something a little bit more thick for my Civic, just to increase the oil pressure a little bit more, probably like a 2050 or something like that. But Rotella has great additives and it makes engines last forever. In my opinion, I think it's great. This is my main toolbox, all organized. There's no foam or anything like that. Pretty nice. You see I got tape. This is all my wrapping stuff, sandpaper, Milwaukee. This is like the miscellaneous. There's like torque wrench, stuff like that. Another miscellaneous one at the bottom here with some brand new stuff. This has all my sanders. This is all brand new parts. So like if I need extra bolts or screws, hose clamps, stuff like that. O-rings. And we got hammers. This is also brand new parts, just like some random stuff. Then we got like, I don't even know what to call all this stuff. This is just like squeezables, I guess. There's like RTV, valve grinding compound. There's liquid Teflon. Random stuff, I don't know why there's a cooling towel in here, that's pretty weird. Safety goggles. This is like pins and air tools. There's a stapler in here as well and some random knives. Sockets. This is probably the most used one out of all of them. The Allen keys. And then wrenches. This bench is completely covered of random parts. That sucks. Air compressor. These are some pretty sick wheels that were on the Integra. Here's another B18 for another future project. This is the motor that came off of the lawnmower. And this is the Integra. I did sell this car. He's bringing it back to me so I could do some extra work for him. I don't know if you guys seen the Instagram or some of the shorts that I've been posting, but I made a new intake. He bought some new valves, retainers. He got pretty much everything to fully build the head. So we're gonna pull the head off. I'm actually gonna pull everything out and we're gonna reseal the trans. We're gonna get the block decked. We're gonna get the head decked, put all the stuff in the head. He got a sick Skunk 2 intake manifold with a 70 mil throttle body that we're gonna throw on, as well as the Hush Performance kit to make this, instead of cable for the clutch, it's gonna be hydraulic, which should make the drivability of this thing so much better. That was like my only complaint with it, but I don't know why the camera just did that. Anyway, this is a fully built, I guess besides the head, B18 with DevCon. You got like scat rods, nip and pistons. I guess that's pretty much it for the motor. But this turbo is I think a 60, 64, 84, something like that. I don't know exactly what it is, I forgot. But it's a Pulsar dual ceramic ball bearing turbo. We got the Precision 39 millimeter wastegate on here. Just a half size radiator. But yeah, if you want the full build, I made an entire video of restoring this car pretty much. You should check that out. There's like a 2-hour video with every single thing that I did to it on there. But yeah, now on to my most prized possession, pretty much just my most prized car. This is my 1991 Honda CRX. You can see turboed. It doesn't look too crazy, but this one is actually built so much. It doesn't have sleeves yet, that's what it's missing, but it has the CSS from Humble Performance. There is a crank girdle with ARP studs for the bottom. That was all machined in. And then there's Eagle rods, Wiseco pistons. The head has Fiera valves. It has dual valve springs, the Alpha Series ones. But what makes this car really special is that it's all-wheel drive, and I have the viscous coupler, everything to make it the good all-wheel drive. So, but I guess besides the Wago diff, I am not spending $3,000 on a Wago diff. It does have, let's see if we come in here. It is on Fueltech FT550. You can see I got a staging brake. My shifter is a nice cable shifter. You can see the brake line goes back here. Then we got a fuel cell in the trunk. I think this is a 10-gallon fuel cell. You can see the little battery back there. Then, yeah, there's just a bunch of different stuff on here. Everything is made by me. You can see this front end I did. The intercooler piping, I'm gonna re-weld some nice stuff on there. This is a Skunk 2 intake manifold. It's a first generation, but it's ported pretty nicely. You can see the Skunk 2 sway bar. I don't even think that's a sway bar. I think it's just like a stabilizer bar. Brake booster delete right there. Passport, I think it's 94A mounts. You can see there's a little boost controller right here. Yeah, tons of goodies. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of stuff, like all the little stuff that's done to it, but this thing should be stupid fast. And if we walk up the stairs, you can see there's a bunch of junk at the bottom. On the top, there's just a ton of parts. I'm talking a ton. One of these just is full of brand new parts. All this is for a bunch of different cars. Most of the parts up here are for another project. I have a fully stripped CRX that I'm getting ready to paint. So that's what all this is. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this shop. This is my 2001 Turbo CRV. Go ahead and got a Civic gauge cluster, Civic steering wheel. You can see the gauges are right here. If we come in here, I have the radio tucked. I made this nice little metal plate to hold it. That came out pretty great. Just got this B16 trans today, actually. And there's some big subs in the back, so a nice little sound system. If we pull that, pop the hood, come out here. This camera is bugging, but let's see. Boom, here's the little turbo. It's just a cheap GT35. If you want the full build on this, I have a whole video going over everything as well on the YouTube, so just scroll back a little bit. Sleeper Turbo CRV. This is my daily. I started to make videos on it. I got too carried away, did a bunch of work without filming anything, which sucks, but at the end of the day, it's not the worst thing that's happened. So this essentially is just fully rebuilt. I have a turbo and everything for it that I'm gonna put on eventually. This is kind of on the back burners right now. I got so much stuff going on. But yeah, I love this car. Here we got some more customer stuff, some tillers or aerators, whatever you'd like to call it. And then there's a Grizzly 700 right there. This was my first Honda ever. I bought it when I was 16. It still runs to this day. I turboed it. This is the first car I ever fully built. They made almost 400 horsepower on the dyno for about a week, and then it split the sleeve. So that was fun, probably my best mistake. I learned a lot from it, I guess. Now it has just a normal Y8 with some like nice stuff, like some ARP studs, just good bearings, stuff like that. But yeah. Then we go into this shop. This is a shop that I started out all of my work in. You could see this is my hatch. I'm sure you've seen a video of like a car meet with this. This is my kind of beat on car, so I don't put as many miles on the CRX. This car has a very similar build to the CRX. Obviously not as crazy. It's DevCon, the head's fully built. Stuff like that, same size turbo. The intercooler is way bigger on this for street driving, of course. Yeah, anyway, this one, the hood slam, this is a whole nother video I'm making. It's all messed up. You can see I got the windshield out. The doors are off, the doors are messed up, but I got all sorts of stuff planned for this car. I got some new wrap and everything for it, so stay tuned for that video. It's gonna be sick. And then, yeah, we have one more car in here. This is the CRX that I was talking about a second ago. If you were watching in the loft, I got a bunch of parts for us. So pretty much it's stripped down, it's getting ready to paint. I have to do some body work, but I should have every single thing for this car besides the windshield now. I just went and picked up a hood the other day, so I should have everything. This should be the cleanest CRX I've ever owned. By the way, I've owned like 6 CRXs. I've owned like 6 different DA Integras, I think 7 now actually. But yeah. So that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. I try to go over as much stuff as I could without being too long. I don't wanna have like a 40-minute video or whatever. I have tons and tons of stuff. If you guys have any questions about anything or you want a little elaboration on any of the projects, comment, let me know exactly what you want me to do. I'll do it. But other than that, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next one.